Friendlies. Hello. Um, so it is Friday. I'm thinking it's Saturday, and I'm like, ooh, no, I gotta work soon. Um, so I have like an hour or a little less than an hour to like draw and stuff. So I thought I'd draw in my sketchbook. Also, this is a new sticker. So where I live is La Jolla. It's a city in San Diego, but so we have a surf club in the like most famous beach we have, and which is down the street from me is Wind and Sea, like literally wind and sea. But so my dad was the president of the surf club for for like good amount of time, but he's no longer the president. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just repping the club. But yeah, so I'm gonna draw some like I think I can just show you. Oh, I'm using my new phone. What the? Good morning. I just poured myself some coffee. Mm. So good. Okay. Unlock. Look at that sick orchid. They're like miniature orchids. And then I was also gonna probably draw some like some of these guys. Ooh. Yeah, so gonna do that before I go to work and then go to work. I can't wait for this to become my job. Like that's what I'm treating YouTube as my job, so it becomes my job. Does that make sense? Okay. Bye. Humans, friends. Welcome back to the voiceover portion. It is storming behind me, so if you can hear that, sorry. I will try and do the noise reducer situation, but don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified for any future uploads. Yeah. So, in today's video, I thought I'd talk about art school and specifically, wait, I said school and specifically art school. I don't know what I just said. I'm going to be talking about art school. So, I'm going to talk about like my thoughts about school, the pros and cons, my decision to possibly not pursue a college art career. That's still in the works. Who knows? But so first I'll talk about like pros and cons. And again, this is my opinion through my experiences, okay? So pros. You'll get a sense of community. You make new friends with same passions and interests. So art, that's always good. You'll be immersed with like-minded people. It's kind of like that saying, like surround yourself with people who only make you better. So like when you're surrounding yourself with like art people, obviously you're only gonna do better. Um, and so by being around people with like the same goals and mindset, you're manifesting your own like curated positive art journey, you know? And then obviously you'll learn new techniques, be introduced to the new form of art, the process behind making art, probably some art history, color theory, etc. So going to art school, broaden your concept of art, how to make it, look at it, find meaning, whatever. There's so much to art. There's just so many aspects. And then you may find an art job through networking with other people, and that goes along with community. And you'll have access to professional artists, teachers, instructors. And yeah, and I'm sure there's more that I haven't thought of or mentioned, but that's what I came up with. So obviously, you'll learn a lot, make new friends, blah blah blah. So yeah. Those are the cons. I mean, the pros. Those are the pros. Ah, pro. Howdy. It's loud. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. It's raining. One of my favorite days. I get to look outside and it's gray and raining. Yeah, I just love it. So today is Saturday. So put it on the drawstring. How about that? Sorry, my hair. I took my dog outside and he was all, it's raining. And I'm like, well, you gotta piss, right? He did. So worked on last video this guy and then this guy. So I really like this spread. So I'm gonna continue with this like kind of like more blocky stuff. I don't know how to explain it. It's more like the colors are the shapes. I don't know how to explain it anymore. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I've got some. So what did I pin this morning? It's like a lot of mossy stuff, which I love. So I'm gonna do something like that. Always green. It's always gonna be green. Might just be a phase, but that's my favorite color. So, and then yesterday I went to Warwick's again, which I have shown in the past of me going. I think it was like 2 videos ago, and I got some Prismacolor pencils. So I was scared I was gonna run out of my favorite green. Where to go? Yeah, look, it's so tiny I can't find it. So I got another one. And then I got this cool peacock green. I might swatch it later. Mala, you're just staring so intently. And then lavender. Love them. Oh, hi, Nala. I kicked her off the desk because I was cleaning it, and now she's like, oh, you noticed me. Thank you, senpai. And then I have my dog underneath. Okay. So yeah, so we're just gonna jump in and paint. I didn't really think about this I call it an interview. No one's asking me questions. My intro. Yeah, so I didn't really think about it, I guess. Usually I kind of think about what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna shave it all. Do you ever, they're all yelling with me. What did I do? Shear it off. Okay. Goodbye for now. My hands will see you soon. And the lights, what the heck are y'all doing? Okay, now that we did the pros, we're gonna jump into the cons, which is gonna include costs. Okay, supplies and classes can be mighty expensive. Like the pads of paper you gotta grab, the pencils, like it all adds up. And a lot of the time too, you might not even ever use it again, you know, because like for example, they required me to buy charcoal, and I'm very thankful I got to do the whole charcoal thing. I don't do charcoal though in my free time when I make art. I don't gravitate towards charcoal. So that's something where I'm like, okay, great. I used it for my class and I'm never going to use it again. But who knows? And then also doesn't guarantee an art job. So yeah, networking's awesome, but school doesn't guarantee. It's like it's the same with everything. Like you can get a degree in something, that doesn't mean they're going to give you a job for it, you know, which is sad. But you know, that's just the world we live in. The teachers and instructors may also not teach in a style that's conducive to you. So like your learning style is really important, and so you can't always pick and choose your teachers and who you're going to get, and so that's a con to having or to foregoing to art school. Can't talk, never can talk. um Another con would be you got to take lower classes, like prerequisites, before getting to the ones you want to do or like interested to learn in. So like for me, I'll tell you, I'm pretty proficient at most of the basics, right? I can do 2 point perspective, 1 point perspective, yada yada yada. I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna pause it for a second. Okay, I'm back. No time has passed for you guys, but it has for me, doing the editing. My brother called. I helped him with his English project, and he was like, I got a B, and I was like, oh, good, dude. I haven't been in school in so long. I don't know what the heck Mr. Morgan wants from you. I had Mr. Morgan, which is funny because now my brother has him, and I don't think he liked me. Anyways, back to so when you're in an art class, they require you to take the lower level classes before you move on, which obviously makes sense. But for me, I know how to do most of everything. Like I do. And so when I had to pay to do that class and I was sitting there just wanting to like stick pencils in my ears, I wanted to scream. Like that was just too much for me. I mean, that's not, I want a challenge, and that was not challenging. And I was just like, wow, I paid for this and I already know most of it. Anyways, so that's the cons for me. And yeah. So we're going to move on to my experience in my college art classes, and I will preface by saying I've only taken 2 art classes. And of course many other classes that weren't art, so like psychology, sociology, nutrition, kinesiology, all this stuff. But for the art classes, I'll tell you, one was a couple years before the lockdown. I don't know if I can say the C word on here without, I don't know, the C word. And then the second art class was near the end of lockdown, so it was online, which is fine. Like I watch YouTube videos and that's how I learn art, but like to take a class in art, I'd really rather prefer to be in person. But anyway, so out of the 2 classes, I learned a lot more from the first one than the second one. And you'd think it would be the opposite, because the second one, the teacher was going over literally the basics, like the basics, art vocab, techniques, how to hold your freaking pencil. Oh my god, no, I wanted to bang my head on a wall. So, and then the first class we learned like to draw what we see, which sounds really stupid and obvious. Like I know how to draw what I see, but the way he explained it to us, but wasn't like explaining, he just made us do it, which I prefer a lot more. Like I'm the kind of person where I just need to jump in and just start doing it. Um so and like so the way we would draw, like for example, he had like a stack of books, like we were doing still life drawings or whatever, and like a stack of books or like in some other objects, whatever, and we draw what we see, and then we'd get up and go to like so we'd be sitting in like a circle, right? So I'd be on one side, and then the teacher would make us get up and go to the very opposite side of the circle. So like, and we'd leave our papers on our desk and we'd sit and draw over the person that was sitting at the opposite side. You draw over their drawing on like what they did wrong or what they didn't see. And it's so interesting to see how other people, like what they see and how they you know what it's hard to explain, but it's like really helpful to sit down and see another person's artwork and then to work on top of that. I don't know, it's an interesting way to learn, which I hadn't done before, which was really cool. And so like with me, when it comes to art, I just need to jump in and do it, and learn like by physically doing it and not watching someone demonstrate for a full hour, because then you're just gonna lose me. Like I will just be gone in my thoughts, and yeah. um and also with the first class, the vibes and the energy were really positive, and it didn't feel like a weird competition. Like felt like us art students were like together as like a little art team. And like in my first class, I had some older women in there, some at the time I was like what 20. I had some like men that were probably in like their 30s. I had people my age, people younger, and it was just nice, and like everybody was super cool, and I made friends in that class. Obviously I didn't stay in touch with them. But yeah, it's just like the vibe the teacher like created in the class was just really calm and fun, and like we were all there to just like have a good time and learn and create art. So that was cool. And so I'm gonna move on to the second class, and I may come off rude or negative, but I don't care because I value someone's true opinion about something, and I want to give you my true opinion. And I 100% with all my heart hated my second art class. And yes, I know hate is a strong word. That's why I used it. And I'm not blaming the teacher. She was a lovely woman and she was trying her best within the circumstances she was given. So, like, the end of lockdown, everything, I'm sure she preferred to be in a physical room setting with her students. But, so you'll ask, why? Why did you hate it so much? To that, I'll say, here's a list, okay? Too expensive. Had to take the class to move on to the next class. This was the basic art class. I already knew almost everything, but I still had to take it. We worked on the most simple aspects of art for too long. So how to sharpen your pencil. What the hell? I know how to do that. And I ain't gonna do it the long way. Like, the way where you take your freaking pencil and you scrape it across that thing and it makes this, like, long ass, like, tip? No. I don't like that. I'm never gonna use that, okay? Waste of my time. Drawing straight lines and circles. I already know how to do that, okay? And I'll tell you, this was a few years ago. I was gonna be a tattoo artist. Like I was starting to like learn. I was doing all that, and I had to like focus on straight lines because that was gonna be going on someone's body. Obviously, I'm not doing that anymore. Long story. Never gonna go to that tattoo shop again. Anyways, and it's nothing to do with the tattoo shop. It's me. Okay, it was me. And I'm not gonna tell you why because it's traumatic. And then so like we'd also work on like varying the width of your lines, which was just I already know how to do that. And like exercises like draw without looking at the page, which I learned in like high school, and I myself use as like a personal warm up sometimes. So it's like I already knew most everything she was talking about. And then the energy was really odd. Like I really like it, just like the people in the class were really weird, and I know I'm weird, but like I don't even know how to explain it. Like there's just some weird off energy with everybody, and it just like we weren't like a team learning together, it just like felt really gross and weird. And I will say there was a bunch of brown nosers in that class. And I don't know if you know what a brown noser is, but someone who just has to be the teacher's pet or whatever. They just have to be the best, perfect, always have to get praise. No, I don't like, I'm sorry. Brown nose somewhere else. I'm good. Like that's just gross, dude. And then also, there's a person in that class. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you're rude, dude. This person said, so my teacher was like doing this weird slideshow of where she was during the day, and that was really weird too because it's like we're supposed to be learning about art, not looking at your photos. And I go, oh, I live near there, and one girl goes, step off, Lucille, for living in La Jolla. And I'm like, what did I do to you? Like I'm so sorry I live somewhere that like I have a bunch of roommates. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a bunch of roommates. I don't have daddy and mommy's money, like just that was a full rant, sorry. Yeah, but so like it just felt really judgmental and competitive, and the people, it just was not my vibe. Like I did not make friends in that class. Maybe one. I made like two friends, maybe actually, because they were into like anime, and like and like this is gonna come off really weird. I want elf ears, like the pointy ears. I think that's like so cute, and I was like, if I had the money to surgically get that happen, and one guy commented, he goes, "Yeah, me too. I've been looking into that." I was like, okay. I wasn't like legit serious. Like, yeah, if I had the money, sure, but like this guy was like totally into it. But anyways, um, and you might think this is funny. I had an F in that class. I had an F in my art class. And part of it was because I wasn't turning in the assignments because I didn't understand. She was like, it has to be no shadow, no nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what you want from me, okay? Like, this is just too much. So I said, it mittens is fudging out of this class. So I dropped it, and I'm so happy I made that choice. I feel like, I should make this a separate video or voiceover because that art class experience was just terrible to me, and I feel like the way I just explained it might have come off not in the best of ways, and y'all might think like, "Oh, you're an a-hole." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just really didn't like that class. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening. Like and subscribe. Bye, friends. Hey, so I'm gonna say goodbye. This is gonna look really grainy because I'm using my iPad because for some odd reason, can you see that? It says waiting. I'm trying to airdrop the last bit on my phone, but it's not syncing up with each other. I don't know why. So I'm filming the goodbye on my iPad. So goodbye. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified. Come back next Wednesday, that's when I upload. But yeah, sorry for this grainy end part. At least there is an end part. There's a means to an end. Okay, bye!